Why your pitch deck presentation failed. If you've ever walked out of a pitch meeting thinking that went pretty well and then never heard back, this video is for you. In most cases, your pitch deck didn't fail because of bad slides. It failed because investors made a quiet decision during the conversation, often in the first few minutes. Let me explain the most common reasons that happens. First, investors didn't yet see a CEO. The first thing investors evaluate is not the idea, it's the person. They're asking themselves, can this person lead a company through uncertainty, scale, and pressure? Many founders present as smart, passionate, and capable, but still sound like builders and not CEOs. That shows up in how decisions are framed, how risk is discussed, and how confidently trade offs are owned. Investors almost never say this out loud, they just disengage. Second, you revealed novice signals without realizing it. Investors are extremely sensitive to signals of inexperience. Most founders don't know what those signals are. Things like, we'll figure that out after we raise the money, or we haven't really focused on competitors yet, or over optimistic timelines. To founders, that sounds reasonable. To investors, it sounds inexperienced. You can answer every question and still quietly disqualify yourself. Third, the logic didn't close. Most pitch decks tell a story. Investors don't invest in stories, they invest in logic. They're listening for a clear chain, a real problem, a solution that directly addresses it, a defensible technology or insight, a believable path to market, and a business model that works because of the solution. When those links are weak or only implied, investors disengage, even if the idea sounds interesting. Polish can't substitute for logic. Fourth, the problem wasn't big enough. This is one of the most common silent killers. Investors aren't asking, is this a good problem? They're asking, is this big enough to justify my time, risk, and capital? If the market doesn't feel large, urgent, or inevitable, the meeting ends politely and quietly. A few quick additional reasons. The pitch felt rehearsed instead of real. You answered questions, but missed the concern underneath. You tried to hide uncertainty instead of addressing it directly. None of these show up on the slides. All of them show up in the conversation. Here's the hard truth. Most pitch decks don't fail because of design or formatting. They fail because the conversation reveals things the founder didn't intend to reveal. Slides don't fix that. Understanding how investors think does. Once you understand why meetings stall, you can prepare very differently and much more effectively.